except where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying?
This is why I train in martial arts.
Juliet, Cognet, Chumbi. Beginning your form. Ready. One, two. Most of the self defense that you need is built, that thing's out, is built right into your form. You don't know that you have it built right into your form because you don't see the relationship. I didn't see the relationship. I could be seeing a relationship where something is not there, but this is how I'm going to remember it. And this is how I'm going to teach it to other people. And what am I talking about? If you look at martial arts as basically, then this is the only way to look at it. One way to look at martial arts is that you are learning how to protect yourself against an attack from one person. If you go into that dynamic, you are protecting yourself against an attack from one person who is a civilian. This is a civilian context, even though we call it martial arts, war arts. To me, martial arts are for civilians. For war, you use combatives. No backwards, but hey. Actually, for war, you can use martial arts too, but these days, since we have automatic weapons fire, guns and stuff like that, now warfare is done with technology, it's done with machines and people. So martial arts training, which people do give the troops to teach them fighting spirit. But for civilians, we can use that to minimize conflict so that we don't have to kill the person. But, if you have to use deadly force to protect yourself or others, then you do. But this is what I'm talking about. Just these principles: attention, bow, ready position, and then begin moving through the attack or begin attacking or defending yourself. All right. The first thing is when you're encountering a person, literally come to attention like this? No, it's the principle. Mentally. Chiliat. That's what we say in the Korean arts, Japanese arts. Come to attention. So when two people are coming towards each other, pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to your environment at all times. So being like this is helping to teach your brain to be attentive. Pay attention. Sometimes that could be enough to just avoid a conflict. If somebody knows that you're paying attention, a lot of times if predators know that their possible target is paying attention, they may move on to another target. So we pay attention. Now, if that's not enough to diffuse something, your next move is what? Bow. Kunye. Japanese arts. Rei. We're bowing. What is bowing? In Asian cultures, bowing is a sign of respect. Even in Western cultures, frankly. Bowing is a sign of respect. What is being respectful? Being courteous, being kind. So if you're encountering someone and it looks like they may be feeling a little hostile towards you, see if you can handle the situation by being courteous, by being polite. Okay? Now, there are some people who take your kindness for weakness. That's when we will proceed on to the next step. But a lot of stuff can be diffused just by being courteous. Okay? If being literally kind is not what you need to do, sometimes just being kind enough to not react to the emotion that's going on can be enough to diffuse the situation. Like one time I was walking in DC, somebody yelled out behind me, "Yo!" I'm not going to say the initials. I'll get pick another one. "Yo, QR!" Right? And I was like, he's mistaking me for someone else. So I just turned around. I was like, this. He's like, "Oh, I thought she was somebody else. My bad." He had his hand like this. So he was probably interviewing me, and he thought that I was somebody else. And if I was the person, I got shot. Now, if I turned around yelling, "Hey, man, what you talking about?" and started screaming at him, then he probably would have felt threatened and then pulled his gun and shot me out of fear. But just by being kind, I diffused that situation. Now, sometimes that's not enough. But when you're dealing with your typical human, I think it's like my brother used to say, they have to talk themselves into being ready to punch at you. So that's when your June B comes in. So when we're at June B, we're ready. Now, does that mean we literally stand there like this? You might at first, if you don't have that much violence experience at your chest, you might catch yourself going like this. I've done it before. Don't feel bad if you do that. That's fine. At least you're getting your body ready. You're starting to pay attention. So if you have to mentally or physically go to June B, even just getting your hands in front, I think it was Hawk that said that, one of my old teachers. Even the practice of just getting your hands in front of your body is at least getting your hands there so that they're ready in case something has to happen, okay? So now you're at ready position. You have tried to resolve this with courtesy. They're still escalating things. So be ready for something that's coming. Now these days, I don't recommend striking first. With all the cameras and everything that's going on, I think if you strike first, all they're going to see is the strike first. There'll be people who will swear. This person could be calling you every name in the book if in saying that they're going to do something to you. If they don't make a move first, there will always be this one person who said, he hit him for no reason. He hit him for no reason. He hit her for no reason. She hit him for no reason. She hit her for no reason. They will be totally blind to all the other escalating behaviors. All they're going to see is you coming through with your punch or your kick, your throw, your pin, your joint, whatever it's going to be. That's all they're going to see. So when we're at June B, we're ready, but we don't react. Now, another thing June B can do, June B can also be, because when you're at June B, it's no moving, no talking, but you're ready. Sometimes you can diffuse a situation with no moving, no talking. If they're yelling and they're trying to provoke you, and you stand there and you're just looking at them, that still may be part of this too. You could say you're at Chiliette, or you're at June B, but you're ready. You're ready for something to come, because sometimes people that antagonize you may try to get violence, or try to intimidate you with a violent gesture, okay? But if you're ready and you don't react, but you're ready. Sometimes, because you show no fear, it will make people back off. Now, I've managed to I've intimidated large animals like this, like a mastiff that was trying to come over the fence and attack me. I just stared it down. Another time, it was another mastiff. That neighborhood, man, people they shouldn't have handled those. Anyway, another mastiff was like coming at me. That didn't work. So I had to yell at the dog and use the command voice to scare it into going away. But since dogs can't use guns, I did that with the dog. Plus the dog was over there and the dog was behind a fence. It would have had to come over the fence and then come towards me. That's why I did that. If the dog was coming closer, I would have had either tried to run, which I may not have been able to, or would have had to fight the thing. So anyway, when you're going through all that, and it's time to fight because you know that the person just coming at you, then it's time for you to go into your sequence. Now, would you literally turn that way? Obviously, no. You're going to be doing this towards the person. Or, just get them, if you can do this here and then take them down, or come off the line or something. You might be able to do that. But you're going to start going into defending yourself, okay? A lot of us were taught that our first move in the form is a block. And then a lot of us have later learned that there are no blocks in the martial arts. I personally say, both to me are true. And one reason where both are true is I say bring the blocking back. And that's only because of what I had said earlier. There will be this person who's going to act like, oh, no, he hit that person for no reason. She hit that person for no reason. So if you can see and you look and you could get to the point where you can tell, from sparring, from reading people, when they shift before they get ready to hit you. Because a lot of times when somebody's going to punch you, like you see how I rear back, just like this in your one-step sparring, it's going to be a little bit of a twitch. So if they're going to hit you, they're looking at you. If they're looking at you, let me look at the camera like I'm going to hit it. See how I just did it subconsciously. I did this. So I'm probably going to hit with this arm. If I want to hit with my front arm, look right here. Look at here, look at this part of my body. I'm going to punch with this. You see this? See this? You can't really see my legs in this. Let me move back. Look at my leg. If I'm going to hit with this, I'm rearing up from here. Okay? I'm going to do a front hand thing. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a backhand thing. I'm probably going to shift at the hips and shift at the shoulder a little bit to do that. Okay? Most people will come from way back here to do this. Or if they're going to hit you from the front hand, they'll probably rise up and do that. Okay? So that way, once something is coming at you, if you can see it's coming, or you just feel something coming towards your face, then when you go into your defensive move, the in-between motion between what would be your blocks, if you're going to use your block now as a block, let's say you use your down block to hit them in the ribs or something. So something's coming at you, block here, to block their attacks. See, I just hit with the down block instead of blocking a kick with it or even a low punch. Hit them in the ribs with that. Punch. Grab them like by here or by the hair. You hit them in the ribs. Punch them in another part of the chest. Grab them in front of their shirt or back behind their hair or even by the ear. Pull them down. That may be it. If you do that, if you pull that off, ribs, chin, or sometimes I think of my disparatory motion as grabbing the person and just throwing them down because I have good upper body strength. If I went bat, just grab them, put them down, that's it, just then stop. That's it. Then stop. You try to get up, punch. Now, let me back up here. You try to get up, you hit them, you pull them down. I can also stick my leg out here, grab, put them down so that they're going over my hip here. Hold them, put them down. They try to attack you with something. You know, in your form, you pick up your leg before you punch. Think of this as kneeing them in the face, and then kneeing them in the face, and then doing your downward motion and punch. Okay? So, get it to them here, pull them down, knee them, hit them, and punch. If you throw them down and they manage to come and tackle you, that's when your cross training in judo will come in. Or, and I'm meaning to do a video about this, I haven't yet. I had talked about Taekwondo ground fighting. You fall on the ground. Before they get on top of you, kick them. Kick them. You can kick people on the ground. You can kick people on the ground. I've known about this and doing this. You can side kick people from the ground. You can punch people from the ground. Okay? You can palm strike people from the ground. You can eye gouge people from the ground. You know, people didn't know how to fight on the ground before what we call MMA told them that they could do it. Before BJJ became popular. We just didn't do it in contests because it's not safe. So, moral of the story is, pay attention to your environment, bow, try to diffuse any type of conflict with courtesy, be ready in case some conflict does arise, and then if conflict does arise, handle it if you have to. Okay. Any questions? So, thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people like to talk about the martial arts. And peace, and thank you for your time.
Where them kicks at? Where them hands? Where them holes? Where them throws?